Hi, welcome to another Derek Does. Today, do this. Hi, welcome to Derek Does. Today, we're going to be doing this. This is from Aero Leather, and it is the late war Irvin. Now, the Irvin Jacket, as you can see, and I'll show you close-ups and we'll look at everything like that later, originally was ironically invented by an American who started making parachutes and then moved to England, and because of the airplanes back in the 20s and 30s got so cold, and even in the 40s, he came up with this shearling jacket that was picked up by the British government and became basically the jacket for airplane guys who were up at the higher altitudes and needed the warmth for the British Air Force. And so this particular jacket is what's called the late war. There was three types of, or not three types, but there were three variations of the Irvin jacket. The first one was basically a pre-war that they used from the 30s up to the beginning of the war. Then there was like a 42 model. And then this is the later war, which would be like around 44 in that case. The way you really tell is there are multiple panels put together, basically because shearling, as the war went on, they couldn't get a whole big giant sheet of, not sheet, but a hide of shearling to do one back with two pieces. So what they did is they could use the smaller pieces that were left over and make the jackets, and it would use less shearling and less waste because they could use the little pieces for the jacket. Now, the Americans, they had the B3 jacket, and I've had those too. I personally, I like the Irvin fit better. It's a little, it's not quite as full as the B3. The one thing about the B3 is it's a very almost Michelin Man jacket for the most part. It does have one pocket here for your gloves, not hand pocket, but it had a pocket here, and then it also had horsehide along the sleeves to protect getting in and out of a plane, or if you're inside and you're running a 50 caliber, your shoulders or your sleeves, elbows would be protected a little bit from all the exposed metal. The Irvins were different. They were more jacket-wise, I guess. You have a nice big collar that comes up to give you a nice warmth. It has a zipper and also has zippered sleeves, so you can get your gear on and then zip up to have a nice tight fit with all your extra gear. Also has a buckled belt at the bottom. The B3s, I believe, had them on the side to adjust, kind of like a normal, like a half belt or something along that nature, where this would be a full belted jacket. That's something that the British kind of do with a lot of their jackets, especially if you get into Barber or Belstaff. Later, as motorcycle jackets, they all have a belt. Where the most Americans don't really have a belt, except some of even the motorcycle jackets, they would just have either ties back here. Some of them did have a belt, obviously. Obviously, belts weren't like exclusively for British, but the British liked the belt, and I think that's probably just a British thing. So this is the Irvin. This is the Aero's version. That also has Eastman makes these. Plus, back 20 years ago, there was some New Zealand. I forget the name of the company though, but they were really excellent. And there's a lot of newer manufacturers making these, some in China, which I'd be a little shy in getting, particularly not knowing where they're accessing their shearling. But I'm pretty sure that Aero and Eastman have a pretty good lineup on shearling, especially being British or Scotland, that range, with all the Australians and that sort of thing for merino, but originally they weren't merino, the actual jackets themselves. So if you want to get really technical, I think Eastman has one with the Durban sheep, which is, I guess, what they used to use back in the day, but there's not that many of them. if you're into sheep breeds, then you can kind of figure that out, just like cape skin is also a sheepskin, but it's a jacket on the A1. But we won't get crazy on that. Let's take a look at the Irvin. So if you're thinking about getting an Irvin, one, I highly recommend it. I got this one used. This is a, I'll have to look what size this is. I'm a 42, this might be a 44, it might be a 42, I don't remember. It fits me really well, and I have room that I could have a sweater, or if you're in England, a jumper underneath this, and be fine. It's really warm, but it's not like so warm that I can't wear it. I had a D1 also, which is the mechanics version from Aero way back in the day, and it was a thinner, I think it was like a 1/4 inch shearling, and even in the wintertime when I lived in Indiana, where it get cold, a lot of times I wouldn't zip it up because it was that warm. And I haven't worn this one yet this year because I just got to this summer, and I'm in Colorado now, so it's even more a little bit colder. So I'm hoping this is going to be a great winter jacket, and especially with the Colorado sun, it really heats up fast. So I can always, in the morning I zip up, afternoon I unzip, and I'm fine just having it open. So let me show you the features of the jacket, and you can kind of see what to get, and I'll tell you like what you won't get with the different models. Although basically it's the same jacket, it's basically just more pieces put together to make the late war compared to the early war. Let's take a look at the jacket. All right, here's the jacket not being worn. You can see it's hung up, and you can see kind of the features of the jacket. It's a beautiful shearling that's just thick enough. I don't know, it's probably, how do you think of this, like a 1/2 inch to almost 3/4 of an inch of shearling. As you can see in this particular one, the multiple panels that put this together. So obviously you can see this, instead of getting a big sheet, no, I keep saying sheet, a big hide, you can cut this up for that. So it has a pretty nice reproduction zipper on it that comes all the way down, and it's actually riveted on. So it's a nice, even though it's a YKK, it's a nice zipper. Obviously that didn't exist originally, but I'm okay with that. It looks vintage, and remember this is a British jacket, so the zipper is reversed. So if you're used to American jackets, it's going to be on the other side, up and down, just remember. As you can see here, it also has the zipper on each of the sleeves that you can, a lot of times in motorcycle jackets, they would have something along that nature. It has a nice belt, and that belt goes to the edges, the sides. This can also fold up. You can zip this all the way, and then you also have a strap here and a connector there that you can get a nice tight around, almost like a scarf around yourself there. I'll show you the tag when we get it down here. It has a hang-up cord chain right there. Let's take a look at the back. The back gives it away on the Aero that this is the late war. You can see all the multiple panels. Where like if you go with an early war, it'd just be a panel here and a panel there, and that'd be it. But here you can see this allows the manufacturer to use every little piece of shearling that they can to make a jacket, and then they just overlay it with a horsehide and kind of hide it. So it looks really good and makes your jacket look very, very nice. You can see the back collar. This one does not have that elastic. I think the earlier ones had an elastic cord piece that went there to help give it a little tighter. I don't know if that was just missing on this one or if the late war just didn't have that because they really didn't need it. But here you can see the jacket. It's a beautiful shearling. Again, this is the inside of the hide. This is obviously the outside. So it is a fur coat, but it's not a fur coat in the way of, fur like mink or something along that nature. But it is leather, but just keep in mind that it is shearling. Here, I'll open it up. You can see that. All right, so here it is opened up. You can see it does have a wind flap hidden on the inside to help keep that wind and just keep you more snug. And then it's shearling the entire way. So it's the whole thing is shearling. So when you wear it, it's very much like putting on a blanket, a very cozy blanket, and it's really, really nice. I'll take it down. We can take a look at the tag. So here you can see the tag. This one again is Aero. They date it 1941, but they call this a late war. This is a size 44. I could probably get by with a 42. Obviously, these run to be worn with, you know, sweaters and that sort of thing. So I think I'm going to be okay. But a 42 might be better for me in the long run, but it wasn't for sale at the price that this one popped up, so I snagged this one. But you can see just how nice. It's like a rug. So here you go. This is the British shearling from World War II. Reproduction, obviously, from Aero. This is what they call the late war. Just a fantastic jacket. And you can see that I am a 42, but if a 44 fits me pretty good. So I don't know, maybe the 42 might be a little snug, or it might just be perfect. If you like more of a form-fitting thing, go with that. You can always go up a size like I did, and I'm fine. Fits me great in the sleeves and the shoulders. Again, I have longer arms, so it might actually help to have this a little longer. And I think if you ordered these, you could probably request them to make the sleeves a little longer, a little shorter, the body longer, whatever your body size is. Just because you're buying a reproduction World War II jacket doesn't mean that it has to fit like a World War II jacket. You can customize it a little bit, especially with Aero or Eastman, one of those companies that they actually made to order, or Goodwood Leather if you want to go with them too, which is fantastic. They don't make a lot of shearling, but when they do, it'd probably be a jacket to pick up. So anyway, this is the Aero Late War Irving. Great for winter. Winter's coming up, and if you can get one, if you like this look, if you pull this off, if this is you, I would highly recommend it. I'd recommend it over the B3 just because of ease of, it's just more of a jacket you can wear around as opposed to a jacket that's more specific for wearing inside a B17 or a B24. This jacket is more, I think, universal. You can wear it. It doesn't have any pockets, but it's short, so you can still get your hands in your denim pockets or trousers, whatever you're wearing. There is no inside pocket either, just to keep that in mind. And if you ever see ones with pockets, those aren't really reproduction World War II models. Those are more ball models. It's still going to keep you warm. Shearling. It's just one of the greatest winter fabrics out there with the Docker goose down. So highly recommend. If you ever want to see one up close, now you have. And if you can find a deal, get a deal. Please subscribe, comment, like, all that stuff. I appreciate that. If you have some ideas on this for other guys who are reading this, throw them up there, because I know a lot of the stuff I've done, there's some really knowledgeable people out there that can throw a lot of information that might help somebody looking who watched this video, but they're actually looking to shop somewhere else or get it wherever, you know, that sort of thing. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next Derek Does.